Donner Hush C Nylon Strung Travelling Guitar. Unboxing, walkthrough and review. Anybody who's watched my previous reviews will know my normal method is to take a look at the website where the item is being reviewed and then compare what they describe there with what I receive. However, I'm really honoured this time. This is the brand new Donner Hush C, and it's not even on their website yet. But what I can tell you even before I open the box is that it's a travelling guitar because it's part of the Hush range, which are all travelling guitars, and it's nylon strung. So it'd be of particular interest to people who like to fingerpick or play classical guitar tunes. Because the Hush C isn't available to buy yet, this guitar's obviously been provided to me by Donner, and I'm really grateful for that. However, I'm still going to be completely honest with the review, as my viewers and subscribers are way more important to me. Right, let's get straight into it then, with the unboxing. This guitar came directly from Donner in China, and it took just under a week to arrive here in the UK, which I'm sure you'll agree is really good. The box it arrived in is the standard Donner factory box, and this has received a little bit of damage, but hopefully that's not gone through to the guitar. As usual, I'm speeding up the unboxing so it doesn't drag on too long. It's just as well I'm speeding this bit up. There's tape round the entire joint so it doesn't come open in the post. So it's taking some cutting before I can open the box up. Here you can see that for added protection, the guitar's inside its case inside the box. The case is typical of the Hush series. It's really compact and really well made and well padded, so it keeps the guitar safe during transport. The case has got two main compartments. The top compartment contains the rests and all the accessories. The bottom compartment contains the guitar itself, which has got a little more packaging that needs to be removed. And there you have it. The guitar is described as being matte gunmetal, but I don't think that really does it justice because it looks really classy. I'll take everything else out of the case now so I can put the rests on the guitar and see what comes with it. And there we have the entire contents of the case. And we've got the guitar, the rests, a guitar strap, a case strap, some earbuds or headphones, a lead, the instruction manual, a small bag of gubbins that I'll take a look at in a minute, and a cleaning cloth. Right, I'll open up the bag of gubbins and then you will have seen everything that comes with a guitar. In that bag then, there's a truss rod tool, 3 plectrums and 3 string beads. I'll show you what they're for later in the video. Right, I'll assemble the guitar now so you can take a proper look at it. But before I do, I'll just remove these retail tags. They don't seem to contain anything important, but I'll put them away in the case anyway. Before starting the assembly process, it's worth putting the guitar down on a flat surface and putting the rests alongside, so you can make sure you're putting the right rests on the right side of the guitar. And I'll point out these stickers that are stuck on the guitar, and these are to explain how to correctly attach the rests, because if you try to force them on, you'll just end up damaging the rests and possibly the guitar. And what the stickers are showing is that you have to pull the collar back before trying to put the rests on the guitar. And once you've pushed the rest securely into position, you want to push the collar back forward so it locks into place. With the top rest, make sure that the rest is lined up with the holes so you don't end up banging it against the guitar. I'm going to get rid of the fitting instruction stickers because I don't think they do anything for the look of the guitar, and the longer I leave them on, the harder they'll be to remove. The stickers left a little bit of residue, but that came off really easily with just a little bit of polish. Here's your first proper look round the guitar, and the music playing in the background will be Etude in A minor by Dionisio Aguado, and I'll record it on this guitar. Whilst I was recording that test, I discovered a couple of things about the guitar. The first one is that there isn't a battery included, and the battery type is the square 9-volt ones that I always call a PP3. However, they call it a 1604G or a 6F22. There's guidance on what batteries you can and can't use in the instruction manual. Here's the page in case you want to pause the video and read through it. The second thing I noticed is that because it is a solid bodied guitar, it doesn't have the natural resonance you get with an acoustic or a classical guitar. So if you want it to sound like it's a true acoustic guitar, you have to add a little bit of reverb. Without the reverb, the sound is really crisp and perfect. If I spent some more time working on the reverb and possibly EQ, I could probably get the guitar to sound very close to a natural classical guitar. And for a guitar in its price range, that's very impressive. Right, let's take a proper look at the guitar, starting at the headstock. To my knowledge, this is the only guitar in the Hush range that has a headstock. Even though it's only a small headstock, it is a headstock with the Donna logo on it. And I think it looks really stylish the way the strings fan out. On the back of the headstock is a rubber panel with open written on it. And if you lift this, you find access to the ends of the strings. And you can see, if you look closely at the top E string and the B string, this is where the string beads have been used. Normally, the only time you'd have to go inside this panel is when you're changing the strings. Even though the headstock is a little deeper than the neck, it's exactly the same width as the neck and the fingerboard. So the transition from the headstock to the neck is really smooth and uniform. The nut is made of bone and it's 46mm long, making it a good 5mm shorter than your average classical guitar nut. And this makes the neck considerably narrower than your average classical guitar neck, making the guitar a lot easier to play for a lot of people. However, if you're a well-practiced classical guitarist, used to a classical guitar neck, it would take a little bit of getting used to. The frets have been fitted really well. They're all uniform heights, so I can't find any buzz, and they're really nicely finished on the edges, so there's no sharp edges at all. There's 20 frets, and they're mounted into a fingerboard made of HPL, or high pressure laminate, which is a material they've used on multiple of their guitars. So I can tell you from personal experience, it ages well and it's really hard wearing. The fingerboard has got pearloid position markers in it, which is quite unusual for a nylon strung guitar, because more commonly they don't have any markers on them at all. The neck is described as a thin C-shaped neck, and it's finished in the same matte gunmetal finish as the rest of the guitar, though I'd call it a satin finish. The finish feels really nice, it's really pleasant to play on, and the neck is very straight, and the action at the 12th fret is about 2mm, which if anything is a little low. The neck is a through body fitting, and it flows really smoothly from the neck to the body with no obvious joints. This time, comparing this guitar to the other guitars in the Hush range, they've moved the strap button slightly up and around the neck, possibly to address the balance issues that some people have reported. Both the neck and the body are made of akume, which is an African hardwood that's got really nice acoustic properties. The machine heads, or tuners, are a compact style. They've been designed especially for travelling guitars. And this set has also been especially designed for nylon strung guitars, because the tuning post is wider and made of plastic. And if you find you have trouble turning the machine heads, if you look at the back of the guitar, it's got an Allen key built into the body, held in place using a neodymium magnet. So to use this, you just remove it and it inserts into the end of each machine head. Just below where the Allen key lives is the output socket, which is combined with a strap button. And the output socket is a regular 1/4" jack, which will fit any guitar lead. So it's easy to find leads or replacements when you need them. though they've provided a nice lead with this guitar. And this brings us neatly onto the control panel, which has a volume control, a low tone control, a high tone control, auxiliary in, and headphones out. The volume control doubles as a switch for the tuner. So to turn the tuner on, you simply push the volume in and hold it for a couple of seconds. And I've tested the tuner with my own tuners and it's very accurate, no problems there. And the machine heads have a really smooth action and are really nice to use when you're tuning the guitar, which I had to do a lot in the beginning. Bearing in mind this is a nylon strung guitar, and nylon strings take some time to stretch in, so when you first get the guitar you have to tune it quite a few times before the strings settle in. And this might be useful information for some of you. If ever you buy a nylon strung guitar, or you replace the strings on a nylon strung guitar, don't worry if it keeps going out of tune over the first few days. Nylon strings have to stretch and settle in, so there's nothing wrong with your guitar. The tone controls are set in the centre, so you can either lower the bass or increase the bass. Or lower the higher frequencies, or higher the higher frequencies. The auxiliary in takes in an external signal and then that goes out with the guitar signal through the output. So you could use it for playing with a drum machine or with backing tracks or something. However, be aware it has to be balanced off using the volume control from the device, because it's not got its own volume control. The headphone socket allows you to plug headphones in, so you can practice quietly to yourself and hear yourself clearly whilst no one else can hear you. Donna have provided a set of headphones with the accessories. That's what I'm opening here. And the headphones, to me, are quite a good quality. The wire is made of rubber, not plastic, so it's very flexible but very strong. And the headphones themselves are transparent, so they look really cool. And they come with extra earbuds of different sizes, so you can use the best earbuds for yourself. When using the earphones, I recommend you turn down the guitar first before plugging them in, and then higher the guitar slowly, because the guitar really produces a strong headphone signal. And the sound of the guitar through the headphones is really crisp and clear. And this is good, but it's also bad, because it really exaggerates the fact that the guitar's using a piezo pickup. So some people won't like that sound. But I think if you're practicing and trying to improve on the guitar, it's useful to be able to hear clearly every mistake and every slip. I'll show you some of the other accessories now, starting with the lead that Donna have provided. The lead provided is pretty good. The quality of the cable is really good. It's very thick and heavy duty. And even though it's got the moulded jack plugs on the end, I think it would be a while before you'd have to replace this lead, because it's pretty good quality. They've also provided a guitar strap that I think is really good quality. It seems to be made of the same material they make seat belts out of in a car. So If it's good enough to keep you alive, it's good enough to put your guitar on. There's a clip on the strap that allows you to adjust it to whatever length you want, and it's really easy to unclip it, adjust it and lock it into place. And the ends of the strap are made out of thick, heavy duty faux leather, so it'll be a while before they wear out. Because I'd heard reports that the guitar doesn't balance well on the strap and tries to drive forward, I thought I'll try it out. And I couldn't replicate that problem, so I'm assuming they've solved it with the position of the strap button. The other strap that came with the guitar was for the case, and it clips onto the top and the bottom, though there's a choice of 2 hoops on the bottom of the case, which will depend on which shoulder you prefer to carry the case over and how you find it most comfortable. This strap isn't as heavy duty as the guitar strap, but it's fully adjustable and all the attachments are metal. To show the case, I'll put the guitar away just to show you how easy it is. So the first thing I need to do is take off the rests. Then I put the rests away in the accessories section of the case, which has got special pockets just for the rests. Now, I probably made this look really easy, but that's because I've done it several times before. The first time I did it, it took me about 10 minutes to work out exactly how to put them away, because they're designed to fit in one particular way. Now I can put the main guitar body away. Notice the really thick padding near the top of the guitar and the bottom of the guitar. It really is a well padded case. And the case is stiffened between the body section and the accessories section to prevent any damage occurring that way. And that's it, done. The case is really good quality. It's really well made, everything is stitched properly, and it's padded all the way round. The handles are actually metal with a canvas core, and it's got 2 zips for the body section and 2 zips for the accessories section, and the zips seem really good quality. And there's a grey strip all the way around that's reflective. And to finish off the case with a little bit of class, it's got Donna Hush Guitar embroidered onto it. Right, before I go to my conclusion, here's another sound test so you can make your own conclusion. That tune was Etude in C major by Francisco Tárrega, and that recording was done with no EQ and no effects, so it's flat as it came out of the guitar. Incidentally, both the tunes used in this review today are from the GCH Guitar Academy Fingerstyle Guitar Course, Book 1. and you can find the video lessons for both those tunes in the playlist section of my YouTube channel, and you can download the tablature completely free at www.ebooksforguitar.com. And if you're interested in learning fingerstyle guitar, then it's well worth downloading that and going through the course. And it is completely free. No cons, no catches, no sign-ups. Just download the ebook and go through all the videos in order. Conclusion. Firstly, the build quality. From the moment I took this out of the bag, my first thoughts were that it's really solid, and it is. Since the first Hush one a few years back, every time they've brought out a new Hush, they've improved it slightly, and they continue to improve them. And you can see that in this guitar. The solid build quality is obviously a plus. However, if you're used to nylon strung acoustic guitars, you'll find this a little strange to start with, because it's a lot heavier than a classical guitar, and the unconventional shape will take getting used to. Saying that, the neck and the action both feel really nice, and the intonation is bang on. And they've put D'Addario nylon classical J27 strings on it, which are good quality strings. The sound is excellent. I think it can compete with guitars at 3 times its price. And with a little bit of tweaking, I think it could sound as good as a natural acoustic nylon strung guitar. And when you think you're getting this in the format of a travel guitar, that's really good. Now, to bring balance to this review, are there any downers or negative points? And the only one I could find was this, and sadly it's a big thing. If you need to store the guitar whilst it's out of the case, it's very difficult. Because the headstock doesn't have a hook on it, you can't put it on a rack or on the wall. And if you sit it down on the ground, it'll be resting on one of the machine heads. This means for some people, the only way you can keep the guitar is lying on its back, which might be an issue. So this is the only bad point I could find, and most people would probably find a way round this. And if you're using the guitar for its intended purpose, which is a travel guitar, you'd more than likely never come across this problem, because you'd be putting the guitar away in its case. Personally, I can overlook this, because the sound and playability easily outweigh the storage issue. At the time I made this video, this guitar wasn't available for sale. However, it will be in a month or so. So for now, I'll put a link to the Donner website so you can take a look there if you want. And when they've released the guitar, I'll put a link in the description below to the product page so you can take a good look at it there and also find out how much it is in your country. Thank you very much for watching this video, and if you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe and hit the bell icon. And if you want to support the channel financially, you can do by becoming a channel member. And I want to take this opportunity to thank very sincerely everyone who's become a channel member, as this is really helping to keep the channel going. Thanks again for watching, and bye for now until the next video.